Hello, my friend. I'm really happy you're here today. Before we begin, I want to ask you a simple question. What are you waiting for? Really, take a moment and think about it. How long have you wanted to speak English with more confidence? Maybe 1 year, maybe 3 years, maybe even 5 years. During that time, maybe you have watched many English videos, learned grammar rules, memorized new words, listened to lessons, saved tips, and told yourself, one day, I will speak English fluently. Ara. But even after doing all of that, maybe a part of you still feels stuck. Maybe you understand English but when it is time to speak, your words do not come out the way you want. Maybe you feel like you are still waiting for the perfect moment to finally become the person who speaks English naturally and confidently. Maybe you are waiting until you feel more ready. Maybe you are waiting for more free time. Maybe you are waiting for a better routine, a better teacher, a speaking partner, or a chance to travel somewhere English is spoken. But my friend, here is the truth. Most learners do not stay stuck because they are not smart. They do not stay stuck because they are lazy. And they do not stay stuck because they have no ability. Many learners stay stuck because they keep learning English passively, but they do not train English actively every day. They listen, they read, they watch, they understand, but they do not give their mouth, their brain, and their confidence enough daily practice to actually use English in real life. So in today's lesson, I want to help you see English practice in a new way. I want to show you one simple daily habit that can slowly change the way you speak. It is not complicated, it is not stressful, and you do not need to wait for the perfect situation to begin. You can start with just a few minutes a day, right where you are, with the English you already know. And little by little, those small minutes can help your brain become faster, your mouth become more comfortable, and your confidence becomes stronger. Now, before we talk about that habit, I want you to imagine something. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. You are in a real conversation in English. Maybe you are at work. Maybe you are traveling. Maybe you are talking to someone you really want to connect with. The topic is not too difficult. You actually know many of the words you need. You understand what the other person is saying, Nara. But then suddenly, everyone looks at you. It is your turn to speak. And in that moment, your mind becomes busy. Your mouth feels stuck. You know what you want to say, but the words do not come quickly enough. You hesitate. You feel nervous. And before you finally speak, the conversation moves on. Someone else starts talking, and you become quiet again. If this has happened to you, please understand something important. This does not mean you are bad at English. It does not mean you cannot improve. It simply means your speaking skill needs training. Understanding English in your mind is one thing. Speaking English naturally, quickly, and calmly in a real moment is another thing. And the good news is, this can be trained. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to know every word. You just need to start training your brain and your mouth to work together every day. So today, I want you to stop thinking, I will speak English when I feel ready. Instead, I want you to begin thinking, I will feel ready because I practice. Where confidence does not come first, practice comes first. And then confidence slowly follows. Every small sentence you speak out loud matters. Every little practice moment matters. Every day you choose to use English, even for a few minutes. You are teaching yourself that English is not just something you study. It is something you can actually use. So stay with me today, my friend. Listen slowly, breathe calmly, and most importantly, be honest with yourself. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are not starting from zero. You already have something inside you. Now it is time to wake it up, train it, and let your English voice grow stronger. One small step at a time. Now let's talk about the habit itself. And I want you to listen to this slowly, because this habit sounds very simple at first. But if you do it every day, it can change the way English feels in your mouth. The habit is this: speak one small part of your day in English out loud every single day. Not in your mind only. Not silently, not just by reading, but out loud, with your real voice. You do not need a teacher beside you. You do not need a speaking partner. You do not need perfect grammar. You only need a few minutes, a quiet moment, and the courage to let English come out of your mouth, even if it is not perfect yet. Many learners wait for big practices. They wait for a real conversation, a language class, a video call, a trip abroad, or a perfect chance to speak with someone fluent. But real fluency is not built only in big moments. It is built in small private moments too, when no one is watching, when you are simply training your mouth to move in English and training your brain to find words faster. Think about it like exercise. If a person wants a strong body, they do not wait for one big exercise day every few months. They do small movements again and again. They repeat. They build strength. They become more comfortable. English speaking works in a similar way. Your speaking muscles need repetition. Your mouth needs rhythm. Your brain needs speed. And your confidence needs proof that you can speak, even a little. So here is how you can begin. Choose one tiny part of your daily life. Maybe your morning routine. Maybe your breakfast. Maybe your work. Maybe your studies. Maybe your walk outside. Maybe what you did before sleeping. And describe it in simple English. You can say, today I woke up early. I washed my face. I made tea. I checked my phone. Then I started my day. That is enough, really. That is enough for the beginning. Do not look down on small sentences. Small sentences are the first bricks of real fluency. When you say them every day, your brain begins to understand. English is not only a subject. English is a living tool I can use to describe my real life. And my friend, please do not make this habit too difficult. Many learners destroy their progress because they try to make everything perfect from day one. They want perfect pronunciation, perfect grammar, perfect vocabulary, perfect confidence, and perfect fluency, all at the same time. But when you ask your brain to do too much, your brain becomes tired, and then you stop practicing. So instead of trying to speak perfectly, try to speak honestly. Speak with the words you have today. Say simple things, say real things, say things from your own life, because your own life is the best classroom you have. You do not need to talk about complicated topics every day. You can talk about your room, your food, your family, your plans, your feelings, your small problems, your small wins, and your normal routine. For example, if you are sitting in your room right now, you can describe what you see. You can say, I am sitting in my room. There is a table in front of me. My phone is beside me. I feel a little tired, but I want to practice English today. This is real English. This is useful English. This is the kind of English that helps your brain connect words with life. And when words connect with life, they become easier to remember. You are not memorizing a random sentence from a book. You are using English to describe your real moment, and that makes the practice more powerful. Now maybe you are thinking, but my English is too simple. My friend, simple English is not a problem. Simple English is the door. You do not need to start with long, beautiful sentences. You need to start with sentences that actually come out of your mouth. A short sentence spoken clearly is better than a perfect sentence trapped in your head. Many learners know difficult words, but they cannot use simple words quickly when they speak. So do not feel ashamed of simple English. Simple English is strong. Simple English is clear. Simple English helps you move. And when you can move with simple English, then slowly, naturally, your English becomes richer. Let me show you a very easy practice you can do every day. First, choose one situation from your day. For example, my morning. Then speak 5 simple sentences about it. You can say, I woke up at 7. I felt sleepy. I brushed my teeth. I drank water. I got ready for the day. Go after that. Say the same idea again, but add one small detail. I woke up at 7 because I wanted to start my day early. I felt sleepy because I slept late last night. I brushed my teeth and washed my face. I drank a glass of water. Then I got ready for the day slowly. Do you see what happened? The first version was very simple. The second version became a little more natural. This is how speaking grows. Not by jumping from beginner to perfect, but by adding one small detail at a time. You can also practice with feelings, because feelings make English more personal. Instead of only saying what you did, say how you felt. For example, Today I felt nervous before work. I had many things to do, but I tried to stay calm. I took a deep breath and I started with one small task. This kind of practice is beautiful because it trains real communication. In real life, people do not only ask what you did, they also ask how you are, how you feel, what you think, what you want, what happened, and why it matters to you. So when you practice your daily life in English, you are preparing for real conversations. Another important thing is to repeat the same topic many times. Some learners think repetition is boring, but repetition is where fluency is born. The first time you describe your morning, it may feel slow. The second time, it becomes easier. The third time, your mouth remembers some phrases. The fourth time, you do not need to think so much. And after many days, phrases like, I woke up early, I got ready, I had breakfast, I was in a hurry, and I started my day begin to come naturally. That is not magic, that is training. Your brain loves familiar paths. Every time you repeat useful English, you make the path clearer, smoother, and faster. But I want you to remember something very important. Do not only practice inside your mind. Thinking in English is helpful, yes, but speaking out loud is different. When you speak out loud, your mouth learns the shapes of English words. Your tongue gets used to the sounds. Your ears hear your own voice, and your confidence becomes more real. At first, hearing your own English voice may feel strange. You may feel shy even when you are alone, but that feeling is normal. It does not mean you should stop. It means your voice is waking up. It means you are starting to become the kind of learner who uses English, not only studies English. You can begin with only 3 minutes a day. 3 minutes is not too much. You can do it while walking in your room, while making tea, before sleeping, after watching a lesson, or after reading a short paragraph. Just pause for a moment and ask yourself, what can I say about my day in English? Then speak slowly, simply, and honestly. If you forget a word, use another word. If your grammar is not perfect, keep going. If your sentence sounds too basic, say it anyway, because every spoken sentence is a step forward. You are not performing for an exam. You are training for real life. And here is one more thing that can help you. Record your voice sometimes. Not every day if that feels stressful, but maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Speak for 1 minute about your day, then listen to it later. Do not listen to attack yourself. Listen to understand yourself. Notice one thing you did well. Maybe your voice was clear. Maybe you used a good phrase. Maybe you spoke longer than before. Then notice one thing to improve. Maybe you paused too much. Maybe one word was difficult. Maybe you need a better sentence. This is how you become your own gentle coach, not your own enemy. You are not recording your voice to feel embarrassed. You are recording it to see progress. So today, after this lesson, I want you to try this habit. Just speak 5 sentences about your day. That is all. You can say them slowly. You can repeat them twice. You can change them a little. You can add one feeling, one reason, and one small detail. And when you finish, tell yourself, I practiced today. I used English today. I moved 1 step forward today. Because my friend, that small moment matters. It may not feel huge today, but if you repeat it tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, your English will not stay sleeping inside you. It will begin to move. It will begin to breathe. And little by little, your voice will become stronger, more natural, and more confident. Now, my friend, I want to take this habit a little deeper, because speaking 5 sentences about your day is a beautiful start. But after some time, you need to teach your brain how to continue. Many learners can say 1 or 2 simple sentences, but then they stop. They say, I woke up early, I had breakfast. And after that, their mind becomes empty. They feel like they have nothing else to say. But usually, the problem is not that they have no ideas. The problem is that they have never trained themselves to expand one small idea in English. So today I want you to learn a very simple method, DAR. I call it the one sentence grows method. It means you take one small sentence and you slowly make it bigger. You do not need difficult grammar. You do not need advanced vocabulary. You just need to add small pieces, one by one. For example, you start with, I went outside. That is a simple sentence. Now add where. I went outside to the small shop near my house. Now add why. I went outside to the small shop near my house because I needed some bread. Now add how you felt. I felt relaxed because the weather was nice. Now add one more detail. On the way back, I saw a neighbor and said hello. Do you see what happened? One small sentence became a small real-life story, and this is exactly how natural speaking begins. You can do this with any sentence from your day. Start very small, then add where, add when, add why. Add how you felt, add what happened next. Let me show you another example. I studied English today. Now grow it slowly. I studied English today after lunch. I studied English today after lunch because I wanted to improve my speaking. At first, I felt a little lazy, but after a few minutes, I started to enjoy it. I repeated some sentences out loud, Dora, and I felt proud because I did not skip my practice. This is not complicated English, but it is real English. It teaches your brain how to connect ideas, and that connection is very important for fluency. A lot of learners think fluency means speaking very fast, but that is not the real meaning of fluency. Fluency means your ideas can move smoothly, clearly, and naturally. You do not need to speak like a movie actor. You do not need to speak like a native speaker from the first day. You need to speak in a way that helps another person understand you and helps you feel comfortable while speaking. Your speed can come later. Firstra, you need flow. And flow comes when you practice connecting small sentences together. So when you practice today, do not only ask yourself, what did I do? Ask yourself 3 more questions. Where was I? Why did I do it? And how did I feel? These 3 questions can make your English speaking much richer. For example, instead of saying, I drank tea, you can say, I drank tea in the morning because I felt sleepy. It helped me feel warm and ready for the day. Gore, instead of saying, Gore, I watched a video. Gore, you can say, I watched an English video before dinner because I wanted to improve my listening. Some parts were easy, but some parts were fast, so I listened again. War. This is how you train your speaking to become more natural. And please remember, you are allowed to speak slowly. Many learners panic because they pause while speaking. They think a pause means failure. But no, a pause is not failure. A pause is your brain searching, organizing, and preparing. Even fluent speakers pause sometimes. They say, well, let me think. Actually, these small pauses are part of natural speech. So when you are practicing alone, do not attack yourself for pausing. Just breathe. Give your brain a second and continue. You can say, let me think. What I want to say is bor. The next thing is bor. These small phrases help you stay inside English instead of becoming silent. Let's practice that idea together. Imagine someone asks you, how was your day? Many learners answer with only one word, good, gor, or fine. But you can train yourself to give a fuller answer. You can say, my day was good. I felt a little busy in the morning, but later I had some quiet time. I studied English for a few minutes, and that made me feel happy. This answer is still simple, but it feels more natural. It gives information feeling and a small detail, and in a real conversation, that kind of answer gives the other person something to respond to. Now imagine someone asks, what did you do today? You can answer like this. Today I did a few simple things. In the morning, I got ready slowly and had breakfast. After that, I worked on my tasks. In the evening, I practiced English because I want to speak more confidently. It was not a perfect day, but I am happy I did something useful. Roar, my friend, this is powerful practice because you are not only memorizing sentences, you are learning how to explain your life, your routine, your feelings, and your progress. Another thing that helps a lot is using connectors. Doris connectors are small words and phrases that join your ideas together. Words like Cora and Dora, but Dokoro. Because Sokra then, after that, before that, later also. Actually, these words are small, but they are very important. They make your English sound less broken. For example, I woke up late, but I still tried to stay calm. Then I made breakfast. After that, I checked my messages. Because I had many things to do, I made a small plan, so my day became easier. You see, these are not difficult words, but they help your speaking move like a river. So when you practice, choose one connector and use it many times. Maybe today you practice with because. You can say, I studied English because I want to improve. I felt tired because I slept late. I drank water because the weather was hot. I repeated the sentence because I wanted to say it more clearly. Gore tomorrow. Practice with but. I was tired, but I practiced. The sentence was difficult, but I tried again. I made a mistake, but I continued. This kind of simple repetition builds real speaking strength because you are training useful sentence patterns you can use again and again. And my friend, do not wait for perfect topics. Your normal life is enough. Your breakfast is enough. Your walk is enough. Your study time is enough. Your feelings are enough. Your small problem at work is enough. Your plan for tomorrow is enough. Many learners think they need interesting topics to practice speaking. But the truth is, fluency grows from ordinary life. Because ordinary life is what we talk about most of the time. We talk about what happened, what we need, what we feel, what we are planning, what we like, what we do not like, what was easy, what was difficult. This is the English you need every day. Here is a beautiful little exercise for you. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what is one thing I did today? Then say it in English. After that, ask, why did I do it? Then say the reason. After that, ask, how did I feel? Then say the feeling. For example, I cleaned my room today. I did it because the room felt messy. After cleaning, I felt lighter and more comfortable. That is a complete little story. You can say it in less than 30 seconds, but it trains your brain to speak in a clear and natural way. You can also use this method when you watch English videos. After watching one short lesson, pause and explain it in your own simple English. You can say, this lesson was about daily speaking practice. The teacher said we should speak out loud every day. I like this idea because it feels simple, Laura. I want to try it tonight. Nara, this is active learning. You are not only watching, you are responding. You are using English. You are teaching your brain to turn input into output. And this is where many learners finally begin to improve faster. So today, your practice is not only 5 sentences. Today, I want you to grow 1 sentence. Choose one simple sentence from your real day. Maybe, I went to work. I studied English. I cooked dinner. I felt tired. Or I talked to my friend. Then add where, add when. Add why, add how you felt, and add what happened next. Do it slowly. Do it out loud. Do not worry if it sounds simple. Simplicity is not weakness. Simplicity is the beginning of control. And before we move forward, I want you to feel proud of this small kind of practice, because this is the kind of practice that many learners avoid. They want to understand more and more, but they do not want to speak small sentences every day. But you are different now. You are not only waiting, you are training. You are not only collecting English, you are using English. And every time you grow 1 sentence into a small story, you are teaching your mind a new truth. I can speak. I can continue. I can express my life in English. That truth becomes stronger every day, and slowly your English voice becomes less afraid, more awake, and more ready for real conversation. Let's talk about another reason many learners stay stuck, even when they practice often. They practice English like a subject, but they do not practice it like a voice. They read lessons, they write notes, they understand explanations, and yes, all of that can help. But speaking is not only information. Speaking is movement. Speaking is sound. Speaking is rhythm. Speaking is your mouth learning how to carry your thoughts without stopping every few seconds. And that is why one of the most powerful things you can do every day is repeat useful sentences out loud. Not once, not quietly in your mind, but many times, slowly, clearly, and with feeling. When you repeat a sentence out loud, you are not only memorizing words, you are training your mouth to feel comfortable with English sentence patterns. At first, a sentence may feel strange. Your tongue may feel heavy. Your voice may sound unsure. You may stop in the middle. You may pronounce one word in a way you do not like. But after repeating it several times, something changes. The sentence begins to feel more familiar. Your mouth knows where to go next. Your brain does not have to work so hard. And your confidence becomes a little stronger. This is how small repetition creates real speaking comfort. Let me give you a simple example. Take this sentence. I'm trying to speak English more naturally every day. Gore. The first time you say it, maybe it feels a little long. The second time, it becomes easier. The third time, you notice the rhythm. I'm trying to speak English more naturally every day. Then you can say it again with more feeling. I'm trying to speak English more naturally every day. Now the sentence is not only something you read, it is something your mouth has practiced, and when a similar idea appears in real life, your brain can find it faster. This is why shadowing is so helpful. Shadowing means you listen to a sentence, and then you repeat it as closely as you can. You copy the rhythm, the pauses, the stress, and the natural flow. But I want you to understand something important. Shadowing is not about becoming a perfect copy of someone else. It is not about losing your own voice. It is about training your ears and mouth to work together. You listen, you notice, you repeat. And little by little, your English starts to feel less stiff, less robotic and more alive. You can do shadowing with very simple sentences. In fact, simple sentences are often better in the beginning because you can focus on rhythm and clarity. For example, repeat after me in your own time. I want to speak more clearly. I want to feel more confident. I practice a little every day. I do not need to be perfect. I just need to keep going. These sentences are not difficult, but they are powerful because they train both English and mindset. They remind you that progress is not created by pressure. It is created by steady practice. Now let's make this even more practical. When you hear a useful sentence in a video, do not just think, oh, that is a good sentence. Pause the video. Say the sentence out loud, then say it again, then change one part to make it about your own life. For example, bore. If the sentence is bore, I'm trying to build a better routine. You can change it to, I'm trying to build a better English routine. Then, I'm trying to build a better morning routine. Then, I'm trying to build a better speaking routine. This small change teaches your brain flexibility. You are not only repeating, you are learning how to use the sentence in different situations. This is very important because many learners memorize sentences but cannot change them. They know one sentence in one exact form, but when the real conversation changes a little, they freeze. So your practice should include both repetition and small changes. Repeat first, then personalize. Repeat the sentence, then make it yours. For example, I had a busy day becomes I had a busy morning. I had a busy week. I had a busy day, but I still practiced English. I had a busy day, so I only practiced for 5 minutes. Now you are not stuck with one sentence. You are learning a pattern, and patterns are the real secret of speaking. My friend, English fluency is full of patterns. I want to. I need to. I'm trying to. I feel like. I'm not sure if. The problem is that. The good thing is, I was going to. But, these patterns help you speak faster because you do not have to build every sentence from zero. You already have a beginning. And then you add your idea. For example, I'm trying to improve my pronunciation. I'm trying to speak without translating. I'm trying to practice every morning. I'm trying to stay calm when I speak. One pattern, many useful sentences. So today, I want you to collect speaking patterns, not only single words. Words are important, yes, but patterns help words move. If you only know the word confident, you may not know how to use it quickly. But if you know the pattern, I feel more confident when, then you can speak more easily. I feel more confident when I practice every day. I feel more confident when I speak slowly. I feel more confident when I prepare a few sentences. I feel more confident when I stop judging myself. Do you see the difference? The pattern gives your thought a road door, and your words can travel on that road. Another pattern you can use every day is, one thing I noticed is groar. This is a beautiful sentence starter because it helps you explain your thoughts. You can say, groar. One thing I noticed is that I understand more than before. One thing I noticed is that I feel nervous when I speak too fast. Core. One thing I noticed is that repeating sentences helps my mouth feel more relaxed. This kind of practice makes your English sound thoughtful and natural. You are not only saying basic actions, you are sharing observations, and that is a big step in real communication. You can also practice with, I used to, but now, Doro. This pattern is very useful for talking about progress. You can say, I used to feel shy when I spoke English, but now I am trying to speak a little every day. I used to wait for the perfect time, but now I practice for 5 minutes. I used to only listen to English, but now I repeat sentences out loud. Roner, my friend, these sentences are not just English practice. They are proof that you are changing. Every time you say them, you remind yourself that your identity as a learner is becoming stronger. Now let's talk about pronunciation for a moment. Bore, because many learners worry about it so much. They think, my accent is not perfect, so I should not speak. Core, but please hear this clearly. Your accent does not need to disappear for your English to be good. The goal is not to erase who you are. The goal is to become clear, understandable, and comfortable. Clear English is more important than perfect English. So when you repeat sentences, focus on 3 things. Speak slowly, open your mouth enough, and make the important words clear. For example, in the sentence, I want to speak English more confidently. The important words are want, speak, English, confidently. You can say them with gentle stress, and the sentence will become easier to understand. Also, do not rush your practice. Many learners think fast speaking means good speaking, but fast, unclear English is not better than slow, clear English. When you speak slowly, you give your mouth time to form the words. You give your brain time to choose the next idea, Dara, and you give the listener time to understand you. Speed is not your first goal. Control is your first goal later. When your control improves, your speed will naturally become better. So for now, speak slowly enough that your words can breathe. Here is a simple daily exercise for you. Choose 3 useful sentences. Repeat each sentence 3 times. Then change each sentence 1 time to make it personal. For example, sentence 1, I'm trying to improve my English every day. Gora, repeat it, then change it. I'm trying to improve my speaking every day. Sentence 2, I feel more confident when I practice out loud. Repeat it, then change it. I feel more confident when I repeat simple sentences. Sentence 3, I do not need to be perfect to begin. Gara, repeat it, then change it. I do not need to be perfect to speak. This exercise may take only 5 minutes, but it trains repetition, rhythm, flexibility, and confidence together. And if you want to make it even stronger, use your body while speaking. Stand up, breathe deeply, relax your shoulders, and speak like your voice matters, because it does. Many learners practice English with a very small voice, almost like they are apologizing for speaking. But your English voice needs space. It needs air. It needs permission. So when you practice alone, do not whisper every sentence. Say it clearly, gently, and proudly. You are not disturbing anyone. You are building a skill. You are training a voice that may help you in work, travel, friendship, interviews, studies, and many real moments in your future. So from today, do not only study English with your eyes, study it with your voice. When you see a useful sentence, speak it. When you hear a good phrase, repeat it. When you learn a new pattern, use it in your own life. This is how English moves from the page into your mouth, and from your mouth into your confidence. Little by little, the language becomes less distant. It becomes closer, warmer, more familiar, until one day, you realize something beautiful. English is not only something you understand anymore, English is something you can reach for, hold shape, and use with your own real voice. Now, my friend, I want to bring everything together in a very simple way, because sometimes learners hear many ideas, many methods, many tips, and then they feel confused again. They ask themselves, what should I actually do tomorrow? And I do not want you to leave this lesson with confusion. I want you to leave with a clear practice plan, something simple enough to start, but strong enough to change the way you speak if you repeat it every day. So let's make it very clear. Your daily English habit can be just 10 minutes, not 1 hour, not 3 hours, not a perfect study session. Just 10 honest minutes where you use English with your real voice. The first part of your 10 minutes is simple speaking. For 2 or 3 minutes, Describe your day out loud. You can talk about what you did this morning, what you are doing now, what you need to do later, or how you are feeling today. Keep it simple, keep it real, and keep speaking even if your sentences are not perfect. You can say, "Today I woke up a little late. I felt tired, but I still wanted to practice English. I made tea. I checked my messages, and now I am taking a few minutes to speak English out loud." Vora. This kind of speaking may look small, but it is not small for your brain. It teaches your brain to find words from your real life, not from a grammar book only. The second part of your 10 minutes is sentence expansion. Choose one sentence from what you said and grow it slowly. Maybe your sentence is, "I felt tired today." Now make it bigger. "I felt tired today because I slept late last night." Then add one more detail. "I felt tired today because I slept late last night, but I still tried to start my morning calmly." Then add what happened next. "I made tea, sat quietly for a few minutes, and reminded myself that I do not need to do everything perfectly." Do you see how one small sentence becomes a natural little story? This is the kind of training that helps you continue speaking instead of stopping after 2 words. The third part of your 10 minutes is repetition nor. Choose one useful sentence and repeat it several times, slowly, clearly, and with feeling. For example, "I am training my English voice every day." Say it once, then again, then again. Do not rush. Feel the rhythm of the sentence. Let your mouth get comfortable with the words. Then change it a little. "I am training my speaking every day." "I am training my confidence every day." "I am training my brain to think in English every day." This is how you build flexibility. You are not just memorizing. You are learning how to move inside the language. The fourth part is reflection. At the end of your practice, say one honest sentence about your progress. It can be very simple. "Today I practiced for 10 minutes. Today I spoke more than yesterday. Today I made mistakes, but I continued. Today I felt shy, but I still used my voice." This reflection is important because confidence grows when your brain notices your effort. If you only focus on mistakes, you will always feel weak. But if you notice effort, you begin to feel proud, and that pride gives you energy to practice again tomorrow. Now let's be very honest. You will not feel motivated every day. Some days you will feel busy. Some days you will feel tired. Some days you will feel bored. Some days you may think, "Is this really working?" That is normal. Every learner feels that sometimes. But the secret is not to wait for perfect motivation. The secret is to make the habit small enough that you can still do it on a normal day, even a tired day, even a busy day. If 10 minutes feels too much, do 5 minutes. If 5 minutes feels too much, speak 3 sentences. But do not disappear completely. Keep the connection alive, because a small practice is always better than no practice. Many people stop because they miss one day, and then they feel guilty. Then they miss another day, and soon they think, "I failed again." But my friend, missing one day is not failure. Missing one day is just one day. The real danger is letting one missed day become one missed week, and then one missed month. So if you miss a day, come back gently. Do not punish yourself. Do not say, "I am lazy." Do not say, "I cannot do this." Just say, "I am back today." That sentence is powerful. I am back today. It means you are still choosing progress. Even after a pause, also, please stop comparing your English journey with someone else's journey. Maybe someone speaks faster than you. Maybe someone has better pronunciation. Maybe someone understands movies more easily. Maybe someone learned English because they lived in another country. That is their path, not yours. Your job is not to become another person. Your job is to become better than the version of yourself who stayed silent yesterday. If today you speak 5 sentences more than before, that is progress. If today you repeat one difficult sentence clearly, that is progress. If today you feel nervous but still practice, that is progress. One of the most beautiful moments in language learning is when English starts to feel closer to your real life. At first, English may feel like something outside you, something you study, something you watch, something other people speak. But when you describe your own morning in English, when you talk about your own feelings in English, when you repeat sentences with your own voice, English slowly comes closer. It becomes part of your day, part of your thinking, part of your confidence. And that is when real change begins. Not because you suddenly know every rule, but because English is no longer only information, it becomes action. So tomorrow, when you wake up, try to use English early in the day, even for 1 minute. You can say, "Good morning. Today I want to practice a little English. I feel sleepy, but I am starting my day. I will do my best today." These simple lines can change your relationship with English, because you are not waiting until the perfect study time. You are inviting English into your normal life, while brushing your teeth, while making tea, while walking around your room, while preparing for work or study. You are showing your brain that English can live with you. And during the day, collect small moments. If you feel hungry, say it in English. "I am hungry. I need something to eat." Or if you feel busy, say, "I have many things to do today, so I need to stay organized." If something goes wrong, say, "This is a little frustrating, but I can handle it." If you finish a task, say, "I finished one task, and now I feel better." These small moments are not childish. They are real training. You are teaching your brain to reach for English during real life. And that is exactly what you need for real conversations. At night before sleeping, you can do a short review. Speak about your day in 3 parts. What happened, how you felt, and what you will do tomorrow. For example, today was a simple day. I did my work. I practiced English. And I tried to stay calm. I felt tired in the afternoon. But I am happy because I did not skip my practice. Tomorrow I want to speak for 10 minutes again. Vor. This is a complete speaking practice. It has past, feelings, and future. And it helps your brain organize English in a natural way. And please remember, mistakes are not your enemy. Silence is the bigger problem. Mistakes can be corrected, unclear sentences can become clearer. Weak pronunciation can become stronger. Slow speaking can become smoother. But if you never speak, your mouth never gets the chance to improve. So allow yourself to make small mistakes. Allow yourself to sound imperfect. Allow yourself to pause, restart, and try again. That is not failure. That is training. Every confident speaker you admire has passed through uncomfortable practice moments. They simply continued long enough for the discomfort to become easier. So from now on, when you think about English, do not only ask, "How much did I learn?" Ask, "How much did I use? Did I speak today? Did I repeat something today? Did I describe one real moment today? Did I train my voice today?" Because the English you use becomes stronger. The English you only collect can stay sleeping in your mind, and I do not want your English to stay sleeping anymore. I want it to move. I want it to breathe. I want it to come out in real sentences, even small ones, even simple ones, even imperfect ones. Your next step is not complicated. Speak about your day, grow 1 sentence, repeat useful patterns. Record yourself sometimes and come back again tomorrow. That is the path, small, steady, human, and real. You do not need to wait for another year. You do not need to wait until you feel completely ready. You become ready by practicing. You become confident by using your voice. You become fluent by giving English a place in your daily life. 1 small sentence, 1 small habit, 1 small brave moment at a time. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end, my friend. I really hope this lesson helped you feel calmer, clearer, and more ready to start using English in your real life. Remember, you do not need to wait for the perfect time. You do not need to wait until your grammar is perfect. You do not need to wait until you feel completely confident. You can begin today with 1 small sentence, 1 small practice moment, and 1 honest effort. That is how real progress starts. Every time you speak English out loud, even for a few minutes, you are training your brain, your mouth, and your confidence to work together. Maybe your English feels slow right now. Maybe you still pause. Maybe you still make mistakes. But that is okay. Mistakes are part of learning. Pauses are part of speaking. And small steps are still steps forward. The most important thing is that you do not stay silent. You keep using your voice, little by little, day by day. So after this video, I want you to try 1 simple thing. Speak 5 sentences about your day in English. Say them slowly, say them clearly, and do not judge yourself too much. Just practice, then tomorrow. Do it again, and the next day, do it again. Because when you repeat a small habit every day, it becomes part of who you are. And one day, you will look back and realize your English voice is stronger than before. If this lesson helped you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and come back again for more slow English practice. I am really proud of you for being here, for listening, for learning, and for choosing to grow. Keep going, my friend. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are building your English voice, one small brave sentence at a time,